For 1,400 years, it has been a holy pilgrimage to a sacred site.
For a Muslim raised in Islam particularly, it is very strongly a feeling of coming home.
A site you are forbidden to enter unless you are Muslim. And if you are a Muslim, it is a sacred duty, an act of faith.
There's a sense of return, which really involves the human heart when you come to Mecca.
Tonight, the Hajj, one American's pilgrimage to Mecca. There is a city near the west coast of Saudi Arabia across the Red Sea from Sudan, and the name of that city is Mecca. 5 times every day, no matter where in the world they are, devout Muslims face in the direction of Mecca to say their prayers. More than 5 million of those Muslims live among us here in the United States. More American Muslims than Jews. Throughout the world, there are more Muslims than Roman Catholics. And if you were inclined to believe that most Muslims are Arabs, you would be wrong. By far the largest number of Muslims come from outside the Middle East, over 150 million from Indonesia alone. At least once in his or her lifetime, every Muslim is expected to make the pilgrimage, or Hajj, to Mecca. This is the time of year, between the 7th and 12th days of the last month of the Islamic year, when the Hajj is made. Usually, somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 million Muslims come to Mecca each year at this time. And the Saudi government routinely makes pictures of the Hajj available around the world. But for an American reporter to have access to Mecca and the Hajj, he would need to be a Muslim. Which is why we turn to Michael Wolf to take us where no non-Muslim has ever been.
Islam means acknowledging the oneness of God, surrendering to it, cooperating with the way things are. I am a Muslim. I revere the same God as my Christian mother and my Jewish father. Allah is simply the Arabic word for the God of Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. I find the absence of priests and rabbis attractive. Being a Muslim, God is as near as the veins in my neck. This directness is most apparent on the pilgrimage. You embrace your religion, you take part in a spiritual drama, very public and very personal all at once. The Hajj begins at one of 5 stations specified by the Prophet Muhammad. Here we enter the state of ritual purity called Ihram. For men, the required dress of the Hajj is 2 unstitched lengths of white cotton cloth and a pair of sandals. Women traditionally wear plain forms of their usual dress. The garments are a symbol. The person who wears them agrees not to harm plants and animals or fellow pilgrims. No arguments, no violence. We agree to keep the peace. The garments are a great leveler, too. Who can tell rich from poor? At the start, I have to accept how naked and frail I feel in these bath towels and try to remember what they mean. They're hard to get used to at first because, in a way, they put an end to my everyday identity. I set aside what I thought made me special, my roots as an American, my work as a writer, my worries, aspirations, all my plans. Here I join people from all over the earth, all these human beings drawn at the same time simply by the call of an idea, by the oneness of God. Pilgrims recite a special set of verses, announcing their readiness to serve God. Here I am, Lord, at your service. Here I am. You have no equal. I am here. Truly, the praise and the favor are yours, and the kingdom. You have no equal. As we all approach Mecca, that long-imagined city, there is a little uncertainty. What will it really be like? Will I perform the Hajj without error? Will it be acceptable to God? To preserve its sanctity and protect pilgrims, the sacred territory around Mecca is forbidden to all but Muslims. It lies hidden in the mountains 50 miles from the Red Sea, a modern city of 1.2 million people.
Oh, there's the minaret.
As we arrive, the great mosque plays hide and seek with us. Tantalizing glimpses of a minaret and arch come and go in the traffic. This is the center of the Muslim world. There are people from everywhere.
I'm from Nigeria, from Islamabad.
From Egypt.
Indonesia.
Morocco. From Palestine.
China. Bangladesh.
Japan.
And the United States. I meet a group of American servicemen, Muslims, many of them veterans of the Gulf War 6 years ago. Here in Mecca, that conflict seems so distant.
Islam showed me that all mankind could be together. So when I see another brother, as soon as I meet these brothers on the way, I love them at first for the sake of Allah.
This is something that America could learn from this situation, from this religious experience, that all of mankind can get along.
We have left daily life behind and come to a place hardly belonging to this world, a place filled by the almost tangible presence of God.
أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله.
All their lives in mosques around the world, Muslims have formed into straight rows to face the Kaaba. Now, and only in Mecca, these prayer lines become circular.